Hey everybody, happy new year and welcome back to my channel. I hope you've all had an amazing festive season and lovely new year. We didn't do anything really, we just stayed at home and stayed at home. But I hope you all had an amazing time. So my client has come in now and I've done all my prep work, so I've pushed back her cuticles and I've already started on the pinky finger because I wasn't going to record this set because it is just very plain and simple, but because I hadn't uploaded a video in a while I thought, you know what, why the hell not? So I've done my prep and now I'm going straight in with application. So I am using CJP crystal glass and I'm building a platform. I'm using my CJP big boy brush today. It is still my firm favourite. Going back and pinching that other nail. Just trying to make sure that I'm brushing that so that my application is nice and smooth. As you can see, I do have one hand of acrylics on myself. That whole hand there is hard gel and I do have a video coming. I just haven't got around to editing it and uploading it yet, but fear not, that will be up very soon. So I'm going in with the Glitter Fairy VIP January 18 Superfine mix, and then I'm going in with the Glitter Fairy Holo multi-cut, and that is in candy floss and in purple. So there's 3 different glitters mixed on the nail, and I'm just going around the cuticle area, covering up that free edge because these are going to be clear see-through nails. So I'm covering up her natural free edge line, and then I will go ahead and cap the nails. So I'm just letting that glitter on that one set slightly so that when I go to cap I'm not pulling all that glitter off, because there is nothing more annoying than when you pull it all off. So whilst I am applying this clear on this nail, that glitter will be setting in place, and then I will go back and cap that when I have finished this one. As you can see, my brush does stop a few times because me and my client just rabbit all the time. We have to get right into our conversations and I end up stopping a little bit, but I do try and keep my eyes down and just keep working as we talk, you know, to cut off them times. So I'm placing my bead, a large bead, at that cuticle area, and I'm just pushing it into the cuticle area but not touching any of that skin with the tip of my brush. I'm almost tucking it behind the bead so that I'm tapping it in but also pulling it away from that cuticle area. You don't want to touch any of the skin with your product for reasons we have discussed previously. So you will get lifting, or you can give your client things like contact dermatitis, and you don't want to do that. So always keep your product away from the skin. Creating my apex and structure with this bead as well, and don't worry if you have to use more than one bead. You know, we're not all one bead magicians, so just apply as much product or as many beads as you feel comfortable with applying. And then I just needed a tiny little bit there at that tip because it was just a little bit too flat. Checking that my apex is good, and then I'll move on to the other nail and just pinching that form a little bit, and then we're going to go in a same again. This is the reason I wasn't going to record, because it is quite boring because it's the same. So I did just show 2 nails of application, but I have left it at normal speed so that you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going in with that beautiful superfine, going in with candy floss and then the purple on top, and what I'm doing is picking up a tiny wet bead of clear and then picking up the superfine, swirling that on the nail, and then I'm just dipping my wet brush into candy floss and the purple and tapping it onto that wet acrylic that we've applied the superfine with. There's no need to pick up a ball of acrylic every single time you pick up your glitter. A lot of people make that mistake and then it just ends up really bulky, and then when you cap, obviously we all know that when you cap and then you file into it, you get all them white horrible spots, and it just doesn't look very nice. So keep it nice and flat, use minimal product to apply the glitter, and then make sure you cap it nice and well. So again, placing that bead at the cuticle area, tucking the very tip of my brush behind that bead, pushing it into that cuticle to make it nice and flush, but keeping it away from any skin, patting it around and pulling that bead down, and then leaving that bulk where my apex is, and then with the body of the brush dragging the rest of that product down towards the free edge. walking it from side to side, gently dragging, patting and pulling. And if I do need a little bit more, I will go ahead and apply a little bit more on the tip. So when I'm happy with that, I will obviously move on to the next nails and pinch, and then do the other hand, come back and start filing. So I'm using this flathead bit, and I am going right around that cuticle area and just cleaning up those side walls from underneath, and just going on any bulk that needs to be taken off, if there is any around that nail. So really tucking that E-file bit in towards that cuticle to get that so flush, so that there's no lifting, or we're not going to get any lifting, or you know, any areas for your clients to pick out or anything to catch or anything. So you just want to make sure you're getting it super flush to that natural nail. So I've just left this filing in as well, just so you've had something to watch. So then I'm coming in with my hand file and I'm going sidewall, and around that tip. And then what I will do is turn the client's nail to the side and take off the bulk from the sides. A lot of people try and get their shape from filing the sidewalls, and it's not usually the case that you need to file the sidewalls. Once you have that area in a shape that you want, so it's parallel with the nail and it's nice and straight, start taking the bulk off from the sides, like this angle of the nails, and blend it and contour it round, and then you will find your shape becoming nice and crisp and like a uniform finish. I can't explain today, I've had too many days off. I need to get back into the swing of things. It's like you have a few days off and forget exactly who you are and what you're doing with your life. So as you can see, I'm just going to take off again. So side walls, and then the bulk. So coming from the bulk of the sidewall area rather than the actual side. And then I'm going around that cuticle area as well, making sure my file is flat for the tip, but pointing it up slightly so I'm not taking away my apex when I go around that cuticle area. And again, doing the same, going around the bulk. And then when it starts to look good from my view, as always, you know, the best thing to do is turn your client's hand around and look at it from their view, and then make any adjustments that you need to make, because that is the view that matters, the client's view, because they're going to be looking at their nails for the next 3+ weeks. So just make sure that you're paying that extra attention as well to the detail and the shape and the cuticle area, and then you should find you have longer lasting, beautiful looking nails. So when I'm happy with all the filing and we're done, I'll clean away all the dust, obviously buff around that cuticle area. And now I'm going in with the Gel Bottle Extreme Shine Top Coat, applying it at the cuticle area and just pulling it down, nice long strokes, getting a nice coverage on there. Oh, just look at that sparkle. This is what we mean when we say the clarity of CJP crystal glass is just the best clear acrylic I have ever used. Team that with the Glitter Fairy glitter, or any glitter really, and it is just a match made in heaven. I mean, look how sparkly they are. I loved them so much. So simple, so easy to do, but you know, really effective, and they look gorgeous as well. And my client was super chuffed as well. So when I'm done with this, I'll go ahead and cure that in the lamp, and this only needs to be cured for 30 seconds. So I will cure for 30 seconds in my Sun 3 LED lamp. And then when she comes out the lamp, I will allow that to cool down before I go in with the cuticle oil. But you always want to use cuticle oil, and advise your clients to use cuticle oil for the duration of time they have their nails on. Just makes the cuticles nice and soft, and actually makes your enhancements last longer. And that is the finished video anyway, and I've left a little clip, and I hope you love them as much as I do. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you all again in my next one.